Hello and welcome to another Bad Comic Review. Today we're looking at Vigilance, Issue 1. This is from 2018 and it is put out by Short Fuse in association with Freestyle Komics. Written by Micah Cox, Valdici Nugarera, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, and inks was also by this individual, and Veronica Smith was the colorist, Danny Cooper letters post-production, Michael Watson post, Luke Hare editor, and editor-in-chief was Michael Watson. This came out in 2018, and I really liked this book. It was a lot of fun. It was a nice action-packed book. We start out with this superhero named Justice finding Vigilance, and she crashed on Earth, apparently. The military and Justice helped her find a new purpose, and she's a superhero now. We don't know a whole lot about her, what her real name is or anything like that, but we get some examples of her powers. She can fly, obviously, super strength, and she can do some sort of energy thing with her eyes, generate some sort of energy field, look kind of cool. The art is actually pretty good. It's a lot better than your standard indie book, and since I'd never heard of Short Fuse before, I don't know much about them, but the art's not bad. It's not quite Marvel and DC level of professionalism, but it's definitely getting close. This artist has a lot of potential, I think, and Valdici Nogueira, I hope I'm pronouncing that right. I thought there's a lot of potential there. Some of the, there's an aircraft carrier that is clearly based on a photo, and a couple of the buildings are clearly that way too, which is fine. It's very common now, I guess. I'm not used to that though, because I haven't read comics in a long time, so it kind of stands out. It's not the worst I've ever seen, and there's a nice setup at the end for like an alien invasion story. I actually thought this was a really fun book. It's a nice introduction to the character. We get to see some really cool shots, like when we first see Vigilance in the costume, and it says Vigilance at the top, and there's some guy shooting at her and bullets bouncing off. It could have done without the pew pew pew. That's a minor quibble. Overall, a fun book. Interesting new hero. I thought this could be a pretty good book. I'm actually impressed. I'm going to look for issue 2. Hopefully that'll be out soon and see how it goes. But as far as introducing new characters go, I thought this one was good. It talks a little bit about this Zero event. There's mention of it where a bunch of heroes were killed, and there's a senator named Stout, Senator Chet Stout, who's very anti-hero. So we've got some potential rivals here. He even threatens a reporter. And we've got the alien invasion story. So there's a lot of different angles they're going at here. They don't really say what happened to Justice, but he might be kicking around too. I don't know who he is, but interesting. So I'm a little intrigued to find out where they're going with this, what the universe is like, the world building. And yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to seeing issue 2 and see what they do with what they're calling the Hot Shot verse, which is Vigilance, Emerald Quest, Heroes International, and Hot Shot. So yeah, I'm intrigued by this one, and I'm going to give this a recommend. I thought it was a lot of fun. It's a fast-paced read, and it is $5, but considering it's an indie book, you don't find many of those that are actually worth recommending. I'm definitely going to look into some of the other books from Short Fuse and see what they're like, but until then, I'm going to say this one's probably worth picking up. I don't know if it's worth $5. You might want to look into the digital copy, but it might be worth tracking down. I thought it was a fun one, not super deep, but it's building up to something else. You know, it's just the first issue, and it's a good introduction story. So that'll do it for this one. Like I said, check it out. It seems like it's got potential. Hopefully it'll pay off. I'm real impressed with it so far. It definitely exceeded my expectations. But that'll do it for this episode. As always, thank you so much for listening. Hopefully you'll check out some of our other videos and come back next time.